There's a revolution going on in the world of digital art. People are paying millions for images, videos, game assets, and even tweets. This JPEG image has just sold for $69 million. What's going on? This revolution is fueled by so-called NFTs that use blockchain technology to track ownership of digital assets. If you've got a few minutes to spare, I'd love to tell you more about it. Digital art differs from physical art because it's easily copyable. Let's say this is a piece of digital art, and if you make a screenshot and print it, you can have it on your wall in just a few minutes. And the fact that digital art is so easily copyable makes it very difficult to sell, because why would you pay for something that you can easily copy? So what if, instead of just the JPEG image or the video file, we could issue some sort of certificate that shows who created the piece and who currently owns it? Because with such a certificate, someone can prove that they own the original work, and then everyone else just has a copy. And it doesn't matter if people copy the artwork, because their copies are just that. They're copies. You then own the artwork, and you can show it to your friends and say, well, this is mine, it's the original one. And you can also prove it. Right? And similarly, you could have an almost perfectly forged painting, hang it on the wall and show it to your friends, but you wouldn't be able to say, it's a real one. It's about the feeling of collecting. You can buy a second-hand guitar on eBay for a couple of $100s, but if it's the guitar that Eric Clapton played on during one of his legendary gigs, then, it'd be worth $1 million, even though you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It's about the story, it's about owning something significant. If you can prove that you own the first ever tweet, that ownership is worth something. Now, how do these ownership certificates work? Enter the blockchain. So when an artist creates a new piece of art, they also submit a transaction to the blockchain, usually the Ethereum blockchain, in case you're wondering. And this transaction then contains a reference to the actual work, like information about who created the piece and who owns it, and also has some rules for transferring the ownership to other people. And this certificate is called the NFT. And NFT stands for non-fungible token. And because this NFT lives on the blockchain, everyone can see who created the piece and who currently owns it. And because it's on the blockchain, it also means that everyone can buy or sell digital art online. And we don't need any gatekeepers like auction houses, art galleries, or other centralized authorities. Artists don't need to create physical prints, but they can sell their digital artworks directly. And they can market themselves via Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and people all over the world can just buy it. It's really cool. And you can even specify that you get a 10% of all the future sales of your artwork. So you get paid as your artwork becomes more successful. And this is really the core of the movement. There's now sort of one unified system to publish digital art and a way for digital artists to get paid. And there are a couple of websites that have made it easy to publish and browse this digital art. And one of them is called Rarible, and there's countless of others. And of course, the best way of seeing how it all works is to publish my own piece of art. And so that's what I did. So I created this piece of art. It's basically what a sorting algorithm looks like if you take the first row of pixels and then iteratively sort them according to their color in such a way that the pixels in the bottom row of the image are ordered from dark to light. You get this very interesting pattern. And I've put it on sale for 1.234 Ether, which is a little over $2,000. Might be a little steep for a first piece of art, but we'll see what happens. And you can see it's currently owned by me, and if we then look at some other art that's actually been sold, you can see that people do actually pay good money for these pieces of art. So although this is really cool, there are still some challenges that need to be addressed, and the first major one is energy usage. So because the current implementation of Ethereum, it takes a lot of energy to submit such an NFT to the blockchain, and really quite a lot. The amount of electricity to publish a piece of art I showed at the beginning is 254 kilowatt hours. So the same amount of electricity as an average European citizen uses in 3 weeks. Right, so there are other blockchain implementations, they're called like Cardano or Wax, that use way less electricity. But as for now, these blockchains are not as popular as Ethereum. And the second issue is price. Because NFTs are so popular, it costs quite some money to submit a transaction. Right, so I see these two issues more as a growing pain and not necessarily fundamental problems, but yeah, they do exist. So we've talked about digital art as an example, but this idea of ownership and authenticity generalizes to other assets as well. Like one other example is Sandbox, where you can buy a piece of virtual land in a Minecraft-like game, and it costs around $100. And why stop with digital assets? I mean, if the blockchain can be used to verify and transfer ownership in a secure and transparent way, we could use it for real estate, supply chains, businesses, to verify legal documents, airline tickets, you name it, like all sorts of documents. It could be the foundation for a decentralized economy. Or it might just be a huge big bubble. I guess only time will tell. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them, or at least try to answer them. And as always, thanks so much for watching.